Hey guys, welcome to Chef Grace's Place. So today we're going to be making what I like to call pastry chef peanut butter. It's not healthy for you, but I think everyone's favorite peanut butter is a peanut butter like this, right? Where it's full of sugar and hydrogenated vegetable oil. This is my particular favorite, but this is bad for you, and I think we can make a better version at home. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some concepts from candy making and apply them to making a gourmet peanut butter. I decided to make gourmet peanut butter because I can pretty much put it on anything and it's gonna be delicious. I could use it as a cake filling, I could put it on a cookie, I could just put it on a piece of bread. I can make the best peanut butter and jelly sandwich I've probably ever had. But it's also something I want to use in moderation because I put sugar and stuff in it, right? So, in the commercial product, right, it's mostly hydrogenated vegetable oil to prevent separation. Now, usually I use like an olive oil or a non-hydrogenated vegetable oil, right? Something that's liquid at room temperature. But I was thinking about separation, and I think it might be a cool experiment to try to use some butter. So I'm gonna use butter to change the viscosity of my peanut butter. So I got my peanuts in the bowl, and what we're trying to do is we're gonna roast the peanuts, and at the same time we're gonna create a caramel around the peanuts with the sugar and the liqueur. The purpose of the liqueur is to add flavor, but it also evaporates faster than water. So it's gonna help create that nice caramel with the sugar a lot quicker than if we were to add water to it. I'm gonna do about half a cup. And I'm gonna add a cup of sugar, but it's important to remember that not all the sugar and the alcohol is going to make it onto the tray because we're just going to coat these peanuts. So I'm also going to add a pinch of salt. Oh, that smells so good. Alright, so once you have that nice and mixed up, spread it evenly on your sheet pan. And we're going to roast this at 400 in the oven. Make sure it's evenly spread on your sheet pan. And you don't want any big sugar clumps. You really just want it to be sticking to the peanuts. And I wouldn't do any more than this on a half sheet pan, just because you want a good roasting. And also while we're roasting, we're going to be mixing it up with a bench knife just to make sure we get all of the nuts roasted. It's caramelized on the outside, and we just want to break it up and make sure all the peanuts on the inside also get roasted. For like 2 more minutes, and then we're going to go into the food processor. Okay, so our peanuts just came out of the oven. They're nice and roasted, and we're gonna start putting them into the food processor. Now the pan is still hot, so be careful when you're doing this. Oops. So if you can't fit all the peanuts in, it's okay. You can pulse it a couple times to break them up, and then get the rest in there. So once you have all your nuts in the food processor, you're just going to turn it on, and it's going to go from like whole peanuts to kind of like a peanut flour, and then as it gets finer and finer, the oils are going to start to come out and they're going to become peanut butter. So once you get to this point where you start to see this is very much like peanut butter, and then the top isn't really folding in, you want to start adding your oil. I'm actually going to try butter this time. Usually I use vegetable oil, but I think butter would add a really good flavor, and maybe help it not separate it as much, just like a commercial peanut butter. So you want to add your oil while your food processor is mixing. Now it's going to be super liquidy because of all the heat. So once it comes back down to, like if I touch the food processor, it's really hot. So once it comes back down to room temperature, it's going to be thicker. And this is actually looking really nice. So you just want to taste it and make sure there's enough salt. I think I could use a little bit more salt in mine. Right? So if you need more salt, you're gonna know, because when you first taste your peanut butter, it really should have that robust peanut butter taste, which of course it does because it's peanuts for the most part, but I think we can have a little bit more oomph to it, and you're gonna get that with the salt. Salt just takes it to a whole nother level. You're gonna notice in the food processor that there's still gonna be like some chunks of peanuts. It's gonna look kind of like gritty. So if you don't want that in your peanut butter while it's this hot, you could strain it because it will be super liquidy. As you can tell from my choice in commercial peanut butter, I like my peanut butter pretty chunky. So I'm just going to keep mine like this and just put it in a jar or some kind of container. Because I added butter to this, I'm going to keep it in the refrigerator instead of out at room temperature. If you do use an oil and you want to keep it out on room temperature, it will separate a little bit like other natural peanut butters. You just kind of mix it up. But it'll last a really long time in the refrigerator, at least a month, so probably last longer. You'll probably eat it faster than it lasts though. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video.